And now the legacy building begins. Cole Sports presents on the Daily. Another day? Well, that means another video. Cole Johnson's Live in Living Color on the Daily is on tap, presented by Cole Sports. And if you haven't done it already, VIP, subscribe to this channel if you want the up-to-date news on all things sports every Monday through Friday. So you can be up to date and the most in the know, whether it's in your house, your work, your church, or wherever you congregate amongst people. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. Well, it's Wednesday, and you already know how I get down on Wednesday. This Wednesday will be no different. So let's start it right now.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronsexual Confessions.
Before we get started in earnest, well, we have to talk about what has been going on in the world of LeBron James for the past week. Well, he decided to have a little fun. Now, of course, we all know that he is a Northeastern Ohio product. He comes from Akron. And he is, at times, every now and then, shown his allegiance toward the Buckeyes or the Ohio State University. And so, of course, you had a big-time college football game, national semifinal matchup between Ohio State and Clemson in the Sugar Bowl. Well, I talked about that in yesterday's video. Catch that. Of course, the game ended up being 49-28 in favor of the Buckeyes. LeBron, he felt that he needed to get in a shot and a dig of his own. So he took to Twitter and he said to Dabo Swinney, quote, "I'm looking forward to seeing what Dabo's answer is when they ask him if he still think at Ohio State FB is the 11th best team in the country." Close quote. I believe LeBron, since the Tigers were gotten up out the paint by OSU, I don't think he's thinking they're 11th. Again, I talked about that in yesterday's video. But out of the fun that he's had, I guess it extended along with it the big-time birthday celebration he had over last week. And so during that birthday of his, he played the Spurs and won. So there was an interview where the interviewer asked him if he thought about, what he should do in terms of MVP. Do you think this is the last gasp or last chance for him to earn one? Well, it was referred to what he said back at the bubble when the topic of MVP came up, when he said, quote, "I never came into the league to be MVP or to be a champion. I've always just wanted to get better and better every single day. And those things will take care of itself. But some things are just out of my control. And some things you can't control. But when it came to the announcement of who was MVP, it pissed me off." Close quote. See, the thing is, LeBron, it shouldn't upset you. Why? It's simple. You're at the twilight of your career. You are now the most decorated person in the NBA that's currently playing. There isn't another player that has amassed more awards than you on the court. So now, it's time to pass that along. Now, if you so happen to still be the best player in the game while you are in the second half of your 30s, so be it. And you probably can be. I mean, you're one of the greatest athletes, and I mean at worst, one of the greatest athletes to ever play. In fact, I believe you're the greatest athlete that's ever donned a basketball jersey. But do I think you should pursue MVPs?
No!
Do I think you should be upset that others are winning MVPs in the regular season?
No!
You already know what the most important award is. The two most important awards would be the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the Bill Russell Trophy. Oh, I'm sorry, the Finals MVP. Isn't that right, LeBron?
Yes!
So don't focus on being upset if people want to not think of you as a regular season MVP. I've actually said this many times, and I'll continue to say it. The most valuable player award will almost always, without fail, go to the best player on the best team, unless he is compromised by having someone of equal ability as him. Then it will go down to the next best team with the next best player on it. That's just how it is. Normally, the MVP goes to the best player on the best team. I'm sorry, the best record team. So you had last year, and if I'm not mistaken, the year before, the Bucks. They were the number one overall seed. Guess who won the award? Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then in 2018, you had the Rockets, who had the best record in the league. Who won the award? James Harden. So you shouldn't be upset by that, LeBron. I mean, it's an award that, all right, okay, for a given year in the regular season, you're considered the best. But I guarantee you, and you know this better than any of us, Giannis would trade both of his regular season MVPs for two of your finals MVP hardware, because that would mean that he would be the last man standing, or one of the last 15 men standing. So yeah, don't focus on that. In fact, be resolute in making Anthony Davis an MVP candidate, because I think that would, I mean, if people talk endlessly about how you uplift careers, imagine if you take an elite player and with your assistance and help, build him to be the best player in the NBA. I can tell you that's something most other elite players haven't done. You really can't say that Kareem did it. You really can't say that Jordan did it. I'm not talking about in terms of acquiescing. I'm talking in terms of making sure that the player that is beside you cooks. And you can still do what you do, but he cooks because he cooks because you recognize the talent that this guy has. And you're good to recognize other people's talent. You know what that looks like. You know how that is. You know that this guy possesses it. There isn't a doubt in your mind. I know there's not a doubt in your mind. So don't even concern yourself a trip with, well, they consider me the second best player in the game. No, you already know what the most important award is. Besides, you could be like Jordan. When he saw Barkley winning in 1993 and he saw Karl Malone winning in 1987, he was like, okay, fine. I'll show them and I'll show all of you who really is the better player. And when you get to them in the finals, do your work and have them get that work. That's all that is. No problem. Now, in terms of how can I say this? In terms of prestige, not prestige, in terms of reputation, in terms of what LeBron can do, this is where I have issue. And it's not with LeBron, it is with the obsessive fan base of him. Not his fan base that is resolute and they're normal and down to earth. I'm talking about ones who just simply are so over the top for the guy that they will denigrate everybody else in his wake. There's this one statement by Shannon Sharpe that I just have to, before I do adjourn, address. And that statement is, quote, "This is what LeBron James is in a nutshell. A guy that could score like Kobe and Mike, can make plays like Magic, and has the efficiency of Kareem and Wilt. We'll never see this again." Close quote. You know, I'll let other things do the talking for this one.
You've got to be joking me.
You for real?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
Survey set. All right, let me break this down really quick. Do I believe LeBron has abilities that are close to those names that are mentioned? Yes. I'm not saying that he lacks that talent. I'm saying he doesn't lack it in as abundance as many think he does. Like scoring like Kobe and Mike. Yes, I know LeBron averages more points per game in a career than Kobe does. I get it. He hasn't averaged as much as Mike has in a career, or like Will Chamberlain. I digress. But I don't really call him a scorer. He basically is an at-will player. Like he can get to the paint at will. And he could probably post up anybody at will, but he's not one who wants to post up all the time. I mean, Kobe even said it. Kobe said that he himself loves to draw contact, but LeBron is more a perimeter-based type of player. That came out of Kobe's mouth. Now, can he make plays like Magic? Yeah, but Magic was a floor general par excellence. There has never been another floor general like Magic. So to say that LeBron is on par with him, help me out. I can't think of the word. It's just not coming to my brain.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the word. And as far as being as efficient as Kareem and Wilt, yeah, probably. But the thing is, being 6'8" and 260, but you don't dominate like Kareem did and Wilt did in the post, I can't really say that you were as efficient, because there's times in games where you are, there's times in games where LeBron is, and there's times in games where he can't buy a bucket. You rarely said that about Kareem. You rarely said that about Wilt, but you can say that about LeBron. Now, it's all this, it's all this hating that I'm saying. I'm saying, well, there is no way that LeBron is on the level of these legends. Am I saying he sucks? Am I saying he has no right to dribble a basketball on the court? Am I saying that people need to stop giving him praise? No. What I'm saying is people need to be a little bit more judicious in their praise and be a little bit more, what's the word? Unbiased. There are a lot of things that LeBron James does is great, but there's some things he doesn't do that's great. Now, off the court, stellar, almost impeccable. On the court, not so much. And that's okay. Every player, yes, even Jordan, has flaws. LeBron is not exempt. That doesn't mean I hate the man. It just means I love what he brings, but I still want to see him do better because I want him to be as good as he could possibly be, just like he said earlier that I, in a quote, said that he's striving to be better and better every single day. Well, as a fan of the sport, I want to see him get better and better every day. And if he does, great. If he doesn't, I'll point that out too. That's not hating. That's just being critical. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with LeBron being one of the greatest players to ever wear a basketball jersey, shorts, or put on sneaks and getting on the deck.
In a world where contradiction and hypocrisy exist, lies the truth to set us all free. Here is where we all get enlightened. This has been yet another installment of the Bronsexual Confessions.
Now, if you want this shirt that you see right before your very eyes, this wonderful yellow shirt that you see, you can get that in the description box below. And you get it in many different styles: long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt, hoodies, any style that you want. We got it at the Cold Sports VIP Boutique. The description box below has the details. Now, what is your opinion about this? Do you think that LeBron should strive for more regular season MVPs, or do you think he should try to build up Anthony Davis in the regular season MVP race, but just go all out and ball in the playoffs, which is personally what I think he is doing? In either case, like this video and share it throughout all your social media. Comment below because your comments mean the world to me. Thank you so much for the love, VIP. And don't forget, hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel for any and all content that emanates from here. I had a ball. Thank you so much for your time. I love you, VIP. And this has been yet another installment of Cold Sports on the visual and on the daily.